Hey guys, let's talk Fair Universal, a relatively new player in the watch circles. This is a micro brand that's really taken pride in their design and their watch qualities. And we're going to use this Fair Hudson to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Fair Universal watches, and ultimately determine whether or not these watches are worth your money and, of course, your time. Let's roll the opening. So let's start with Fair the brand. Who the heck are they? Now, Fair is a British-based company, and the model is British design, Swiss made. And so they have a line of quartz watches, unfortunately, but they also have a pretty expansive line of ETA-based mechanical watches. Anything from three-handers, a GMT collection, a dive compressor collection, and most recently, they have a pretty sweet line of chronographs. Now, in terms of price range, Fair is certainly on the upper end of micro brands here. This Fair Hudson goes for $11.75 on the Fair website. One of the things I like about micro brands, and this is a positive for Fair, is that they don't really offer many discounts, and there is no gray market developed, right? And so you can buy a watch at Fair, the website, without really worrying about being cheated or about, being able to find the watch at a significant discount elsewhere. This is it. You have to order it on the Fair website, and this is the price you pay for it. So you either want it or you don't. And I like that, actually. So let's hit some of the goods of the Fair timepieces and just talk about the value and why exactly is a micro brand charging upwards of $1,000 for their watches. Well, first off, I can't move much further looking at this watch without first talking about its dial. And I think it's pretty difficult to capture the color on the camera, but it's a seafoam green, and it's really a unique dial that I've never seen in terms of color and tone before. Has a gorgeous sunburst effect here. One of my favorite things about Fair is that they are master users of color. You can see this gorgeous green dial, this yellow sub-second hand just really pops out. And then my favorite part is actually the outboard. You can see kind of the seconds track there actually has little dots of red to indicate the different hours. And it's just a nice pop of color that really brings this watch all together. So that's a huge up, and it's great attention to detail in my opinion. Not only that, but the dial itself is actually more complex than you would actually first think. It's a multi-step dial. You can see kind of the outboard of the dial is its first layer, then the center is a second step, and then of course the sub-dial itself is yet then another step in. So it's a three-step dial. So it's quality. It's not just a plain piece of metal. Comes on a pretty nice cushion case, well polished. And another cool thing about Fair is that they feature these bronze crowns that patina over time, so that watch almost grows with you over the course of your journey with it, and it's unique for every single encounter and person. For the hand-wound collection, the bronze is actually only on the cap. Again, Fair attention to detail, recognizing that you're going to have to hand-wind this watch quite often, and so they decided not to have a full bronze crown in this scenario. Another plus about Fair watches is that they use true ETA movements. This isn't some Sellita, this isn't a Sellita movement, this isn't a Japanese movement, this isn't a movement based off of an ETA. This is an ETA. This particular watch comes with an ETA 7001. These are all grade A or top grade elaborate level movements, and even within the ETA portion, while they're all generic movements, if you want to call them that, there are different grades of ETA, and Fair is using the top grade, not quite chronometer level, but top. And so you're going to see this nice Côte de Genève across the movement, nice blue screws, gorgeous jewels, and it's just a very competently finished movement here. And so I'm happy with that. A lot of watch companies such as Bell & Ross and Oris, they've really moved away from legitimate ETA movements because the Swatch Group who makes them has really been reining in on production and making it very hard for companies to slap an ETA on their advertisements. And so they're great job in getting that contract. What don't I like about this watch, and what's the only reason I would kind of hesitate to buy it? Well, it's gotta be that in the end, it's a micro brand charging you well over $1,000 for some of their watches. Their chronographs, for example, go into the 2000s. It's a brand without much heritage, right? They have a great design, gorgeous use of colors, attention to detail. But in the end, you're paying the price of a Longines with rich heritage. You can buy a Hamilton or a Tissot and still have much spare change to get different accessories. And so while the Fair brand certainly does boast and support its premium price, for those who are more interested in brand recognition and having a brand with history and heritage, this is probably the only downside of the Fair collections that I can name. Other than that, Fair certainly does provide the value and you're certainly paying for something. It's the design, it's the quality, it's the attention to detail that really makes this watch what it is. And so if you're looking for something that is a little off the beaten path, then Fair Universal watches may be just for you.